Yo, what's up, y'all? Making this video for a few reasons. A, the channel's about going on for 4 years, I believe, so I do think that it seems appropriate to make this video. B, the channel's also getting a bit of popularity. I know I got in a few dozen subscribers, and well, I think now, hopefully by the time this video uploads, 2,000 views on the snowrunner video I did a while back. And I just didn't record anything at all. I never really got around to playing any of the games I want to play. So I'm like, yeah, you know, some channels have these kinds of things going on. Why not just make one of my own? So a bit of backstory behind the channel. I originally started this channel off, I want to say 2021 actually. I know my oldest video is actually 2022, but the first video I actually uploaded was a Noida video that I did back in 2021. But it was a 30-second long video, absolutely shit. I just ended up deleting that video in total. I think I was a sophomore when I actually started uploading on this channel. The first one that I guess you want to say an actual video would be the first one, the Tab G gameplay I did a while back, and then whatever followed afterwards. I want to say the only reason why I never really, I guess, increase my quality was because I was stupid, right? Like, I mean, you're a totally different person when you're in high school and college, and even afterwards as you're an adult. And well, during that time, I just really wasn't trying my best at this thing until, well, now very recently, I got this motivation to do this stuff again, really because of Moist Critical Penguinzo. He recently announced and also, you know, showed how much money he was making, and gotta tell you, man, like the amount of money he was making is, and still is, it's impressive. I mean, it was north of $30 million, man. Like, just making that much money from recording, editing, playing games, and talking about, you know, topics in the gaming community. It's just, that's just a job that everybody wants. And I know I could do it. I could definitely make this a full-time job, a full-time gig, without a doubt. Because you want to know something? A while back, I was actually going through, I guess, YouTube channels, you know, web surfing, that kind of stuff, and I'm looking at these channels, man, and it's just mind-boggling. The things that they do talk about, say, and, you know, have their whole channels revolved around. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's this one guy I found that literally talks about his drug trips. One of his videos, it's the title of it, I took DMT while watching a SpongeBob movie. It was insane. This motherfucker gets hundreds of thousands of views. He uploads every 2 days. Why the fuck can that not be me, huh? One day, you know, one day for sure. I know that dream will come true. But I want to talk about some like the things I've always struggled with when it came with editing videos, doing the whole YouTube thing. And one of the biggest things I feel like anybody would struggle a lot. It's not the recording quality, it's not the games you play. It's honestly, at least to me, that I focus way too much on is my voice. You know, one of the biggest things they don't tell you at all when it comes with this whole YouTube shit is that you get annoyed of your voice. You do. You don't give a shit about your friend's voice because you're hearing them. You give a shit about your voice, and you're there just nitpicking at every little thing, thinking that, oh, there's too much echo in the room, so you adjust it, but now, you know, your voice sounds too tight, it sounds too high, too low, too airy, too fucking loud, too fucking low. It's something that drives you crazy. And for the most part, I stopped messing around with the audio settings. I'm fine with the way it sounds like. Every now and then I do go back and might adjust it a little bit because, well, I just might not like it too much, or it's too high, or it's just way too low. And another one, for sure, big one, it's got to be the editing program. So in the beginning, I would use Adobe Premiere to edit my videos. But I want to say a good 2 years later, I just couldn't use it no more. The program just kept on crashing. The playback lag was just starting to drive me crazy. You know, these every little thing was just driving me nuts. And I loved Adobe, I really did. And I still do to this very day, but I couldn't handle it no more. Eventually, I would make the switch to DaVinci Resolve. Absolutely love that program, but it's it's so good in so many ways, but it's also so bad in so many ways that eventually I would make a switch back to Adobe Premiere again, but it's just I would use DaVinci Resolve a lot more if only there were just features in that program that Premiere has to add to theirs. You know, like some of it are minor things for sure. Stuff like the text snapping, I don't like that. I want to be able to drag my text all around the screen no matter what. I really want that. On top of that too, some of the effects or I guess features be locked behind the paywall. I get it that it gives so much things for free, but there's so many other effects that I love to use to mess around with the video visuals and the text visuals that are just locked behind the paywall. And eventually I just ended up making the switch back to Adobe Premiere. I had a better PC, better graphics card, better CPU. Nowadays it doesn't really lag anymore and the crashes have stopped. As far as editing goes, I mean, I'm pretty chill with it for the most part. Like I said, I usually try to upload every 3 days. With the first 2 days or day and a half, it's just me recording, and the other day and a half, it's just me straight up editing. The part that makes it, I guess, all of this kind of difficult is that I could only ever really do these things at nighttime. I have a Mexican family, so my name's always being called out. There's always noise in the background. I got some dogs that they don't fight each other because there's a door right next to each other, you know, preventing them from touching one another, but they bark really loud and they're literally a room over me. So anytime I try to record or just try to get anything done, there's just the dogs constantly barking over and over again. So if I record, the mic picks it up. If I try to edit, I need to go in there so I can just move them away, stop them. The hardest part of all of it is just 2 things. The thumbnail, which I absolutely fucking hate doing thumbnails. My thumbnails, I shit you not, I don't use Photoshop Premiere and I don't use Illustrator, I don't use Photo P. I literally make my thumbnails within Premiere Pro, within the editing tool itself. I did this for DaVinci and Premiere Pro, both of them, because I don't want to know how to fucking use Photoshop. It sucks. Too many things going on, you know, like trying to make my thumbnail the way I want it to. It's just impossible. So usually I just do what I do is just get an effect, slap it on a clip that's kind of funny or relevant to the video, do what I want to do with it, export the frame and put it as my thumbnail. Sometimes I use Photo P to I guess import it into it and then export it as a smaller file or a different type of file and just use that as my thumbnail. And of course, the second one got to be the editing style, the thing that everybody struggles with. You know, we all want to be unique. We all want to be, you know, the person known for that one thing. Soviet Womble's known for his cool text animations. General Sam for his cool little retro futurism edits that he does. It's something that I struggle with a lot. I would say that my editing style definitely kind of looks like General Sam's, but you know, it's kind of hard to not copy somebody on YouTube. There's possibly millions of channels out there and everybody uses kind of the same thing, you know, the same song, the same text, the same editing style. It's hard not to copy somebody. You will even do it unintentionally because you don't even know that person even exists until somebody, you know, what's that word? Calls you out. There's so many channels out there with millions of views and millions of subscribers. You know, you don't, just because you have a million subscribers doesn't mean you're so well known by everybody. You get me? There's so many channels out there like that and not everybody knows them. So, you know, it's something I try to avoid, no doubt. But considering that everybody also uses the same editing program, it's, you know, it's kind of difficult to try to avoid this. And same thing with music too. Everybody's using the same music. Okay, let's be honest with this. Everybody is. Okay, we all hear the same Vanoss music, the same Smithy music. We all copy and paste the same thing. Definitely there's some other unique ones you can find out there. The music I happen to use a lot is your best friend Jippy. Love the artist, love his songs, love his music. Definitely found his music through the Tarkov videos for sure. I will 100% use his music all the time, but you know, of course, every now and then use different types of music, mainly from games too. And as far as like stuff like game choices go, I always told myself, never stick to one game, never. one of the biggest problems I see with a bunch of these channels out there who are, I guess, embedded within that games community is every time they want to just try to do something different, it just backfires so hard. The most biggest prevalent person I remember is this guy who does Tarkov videos, BN Baku or Bunku, one of those two. He would always make a bunch of these cursed modded guns on Tarkov all the time. He made like a whole series out of them, and he got thousands of views. You know, his channel blew up really fast, but eventually, you know, you come to lose the funness in the games. You know, he tried to play other games. YouTube didn't like that. Viewers didn't like that, and it just squashed his view count really bad. You know, he went from somebody who would get at least 80,000 views in each video to now just a couple thousand, not even 2K on one of his videos too. And that's something I want to avoid to this very day. I know I made a video on SnowRunner a while back, and it's doing exceptionally well, almost 2,000 views, which is a lot for me, but I don't want to make another one. I don't. I know most people will say, well, you found a little niche, you know, go into it. I don't. I really don't. You know, that's something I will tell people so much and so often. The SnowRunner community is dead. It is. You know, end of the day, I love that game so much with all my heart, but I'm not going to be there stuck making the same videos over and over again. If I want to make the same video, it's going to be on different games on different genres. Yeah, one day I will go back and make another video, but when my channel's bigger. I don't want my channel to just be a SnowRunner channel. No, I want my channel to be that of multiple games, of multiple people from different, you know, communities and whatnot. People from Minecraft, from Terraria, from Tarkov, from, you know, just all over the place. And plus, yeah, for the most part, that's kind of been. There wasn't really a set plan for this video at all. Like I said, it was just gonna be a little, I guess, quick backstory behind what this channel was and what my plans are for it. I would definitely avoid ever doing shorts. I'm never gonna do shorts on my channel. I'm not. Don't want it to be a shorts channel at all too. As far as games goes, like I said, I just play whatever I want. I know Tarkov 1.0 is about to be released soon, so definitely gonna make a lot of videos off of that game. But other than that though, I mean, yeah, you know, have a good time, y'all. Thank you for thank you for sitting here and actually listen to this, to what I was talking about. Maybe one day in the future I could look back at this video and just be like, damn, that was when I had nothing, you know. That's when I had very little something, and look where it's at now, you know. God bless y'all. God bless.